All right, on our last episode of our RSR project, we got into fitting the metal fenders, the bumper, having a look at the project and where it was headed and getting a really good feel for what direction we're headed. In this episode, we're actually going to get into cutting the metal away, welding our fenders in, some metal finishing, and that's it.
Okay, that's good. Just undo that line and then we'll fucking should come right out.
We're just removing this oil sump, I guess, because it's in the way of cutting the quarters. This thing has a whole bunch of fucking random brackets. Everything's oily and crusty. So, do a little trimming of the fat. Okay.
Breaking it is not in our vocabulary today.
Anything wrong? Trying to fit this front bumper on there right now. It's pretty shit so far. So. The bumper's a little wider than anticipated, and also just wanted to get this gap sitting right, and that just means the bumper needs to be trimmed and adjusted to sit further in more. But trying to balance in and out with side to side, right? If I go too far in, then it fucks with the wheel arch. I had to take out, there's this factory cross member that went across the bottom that I took out. It's got a shield for I think it might have been the AC condenser on the bottom, so I'd take that out, and yeah, just trying to see, you know, how close we are to the factory mounting holes underneath the fender. So looks okay, but it'll need a little work.
All that back interior shit can come out.
Yeah, we'll have to take all that out before we start cutting anyway.
Catch it all on fire.
Yeah. We might take this bolt out here and pull this out to the fender, or to the bumper. So we're not cutting this.
I think we need to, the bumper just got to go further back more, because the edge, so there's hardware going that hold the bumper right here, right?
Yep.
And the edge of the bumper is really, it'll be too close to the edge, I think. So we need to slide it back more so there's more meat. That's what I'm thinking, but then you're fucking with the arch, so.
No, so what it is we'll have to probably add material to that.
That's the, yeah. I think that's
and like I was saying with this edge too, because this edge is not very nice.
Yo, that helped. So notching it and then having it slide up a bit helped. But now it's like, you have to put a molding in there or
no, we'll just add glass.
Glass the edge there. Every photo I found was shit. Like all the RSR kits are terrible.
Really?
You know, like even on Google, it's like a fucking piece of shit photo. And like from far away, you can see the top of the bumper edge.
That was wavy.
Like, it's like you can surf on it, man. It's bad, man. Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that.
But this is gonna be adjusted on this flare, not the bumper. There's nothing wrong with the bumper. We
the bumper's straight, yeah.
Just gotta make sure that the bumper's centered.
Yeah, we'll have to measure
side to side. So measure from this point of the bumper to a fixed point on the car that we know is the same on both sides.
Yeah.
So this side to some point on the inner wheel well, and then do the same on that side, and then you know your bumper's center, and then we'll adjust the flare to the bumper.
Yeah, I'll have to take a measurement because I know that the inner, that wheelhouse apron area is different on both sides.
Yeah, but if you go based from this to a suspension point.
Yeah,
so like this,
down
this to like the control arm.
Yeah.
Go from here to here, and then do the same on that side, and then you know that's a fixed point that's gonna be the same.
Yeah.
And then that way you know that the bumper's center, and then we can adjust the flare to the bumper. Rough cut it for now. I gave myself a lot of room, so I'm just preparing both sides right now for welding. So I'm just cleaning all this factory undercoating that's in here. It's quite a bit of work to remove this, so just cleaning up that, and then I'll put the quarter panel back on, and then we'll do our butt weld. I'm gonna be butt welding this the whole way across. So just getting prepared for that right now.
the laser for?
Finding
Fire
center.
in the middle.
Ah, literally.
Like
Yeah, we have it marked.
lasers.
Yeah. Laser
It looks
beams.
really technical. Look how smart we look.
It does look pretty cool.
I mean, they look like geniuses.
Oh yeah.
You guys are fucking,
legit.
you guys are fucking doing it.
Anybody with a laser beam, they're smart.
Right. You see Dr. Evil? This guy fucking loves laser beams. I gotta make sure both of the flares are sitting square, and I don't want to over pull the flares to a point where it's wider than the bumper, because we need to cut the bumper and center that duct in the middle and possibly narrow it. So it's a balance between widening the car and narrowing the bumper. It's just trying to find that balance right now.
So wait, this side is shorter than this side.
Sides, no, the driver's side is actually a little bit more narrow. The flare sits a little nicer on the passenger side, so that'll be our reference.
Yeah.
Kind of sits nice everywhere, and then just want to make it match on the driver's side here. It's about an inch off, so got to modify this a little bit, lock it down, and then we can work the bumper to the car.
Sweet.
All right, so we have our center line. All right, that dimension from our string
To the flare.
to the edge of the flare.
Right.
Those two dimensions we need to know from that side of the car, and then we'll do the exact same thing over here. And then we'll just basically do some basic math, find out if they're the same side to side. That'll tell us what we need to do to the flare. Okay, see what I'm seeing?
It's like 6 3/8.
It's between a quarter and 3/8. We got a little wiggle in the thing, so let's say 6 5/16. This makeshift plumb bob we made here.
I was gonna ask what that was.
I'm pulling out some old school stuff here for Spencer. Blowing the young buck's mind.
Oh my gosh.
Old dog's got some tricks still.
Caught me off guard.
Okay, so we know where we gotta put the string. So we already did all that.
Yeah, I've never heard that word
Yeah, I
before.
just learned literally a new
Plumb
word
bob.
today, Plumb bob. Sounds like someone's nickname.
It's right in the neighborhood, in the same dimensional space as the other hub. So that's a good thing.
That's normal.
That means from the center line of the car to each hub face left and right, we're doing good. So what we're noticing then is that the body itself is actually out of whack
Body.
from center.
As in the flare.
Well, we even measured that in here, remember?
The car's
Remember,
tweaked.
The whole car,
The car is fucking
is
right.
out off center by a 1/4 inch in the front.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's like almost seems normal for an old car.
Well, yeah, I don't know
Things
what
like
the
fucking
margin. The
40
margin
years
of
old
fit,
now.
right?
Yeah.
So that's what we're seeing here from the fender to the outside of this. That's what we're seeing that being translated now. So we've got to find a happy space. At least we know the suspension and everything is good on center.
Yeah.
So the car itself is functionally perfect.
Fenders. The front clip is probably just ever so slightly cockeyed.
So you do the cutting first before you weld.
Yeah, you gotta cut it and you go along, you peel that excess back a little bit, and then you go along it, hammer dolly it so it's as straight as possible. We could do a little final at the end, but you want it to be as straight as possible because like the transition in the panel right now kind of has like a little bit of a bow in it.
Yeah.
So that's just the panel difference. I mean, we can't really do much about that. But besides hammer dollying it straight a little bit and then tacking it while it's as straight as possible, it's better to do it now than it is to do it later.
Yeah.
It'll make the finishing much nicer.
Oh, okay.
I don't feel that.
Yeah.
It's pretty flat.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But then you feel this, and it's kind of like
you can still feel, yeah, there's
like
like,
a
a,
bubble.
yeah, almost like a wave in it.
yeah. But that's just because the way this is stamped and the way the factory car's stamped.
So you're gonna
Almost
like
that
well-
should be like over here.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
The way it's
okay.
shaped.
So you're gonna like hammer it out.
Yeah,
as
like
you're-
I'll hammer that out and like kind of manipulate that and make it a little more smooth. And it's better to do it now before I tack.
Gathering little things like this.
That's cool.
That's where this thing comes into play
Ooh.
for short distance.
What are you guys trying to do?
Trying to square up this flare to match the other side. I think there was a bit of a twist when they came from wherever, so it takes a little bit of finesse and there's just a lot of measuring back and forth. So right now that edge has got to come out a ½ inch widthwise, so we're trying to bring that down.
Things to hold it in the shape I need. Make a template. Go from there. Weld it back together. Grind it. Hammer dolly it.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. It's kind of a shame that when you buy the pieces, you know, you expect them to be drop on kind of affair, but
Sort of.
this one requires fairly extensive modifications to fit dimensionally.
To make this side exactly the same as that side of
that's
it.
kind of a shame.
We don't have much of a choice.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So you said you're gonna cut this right now?
Yeah, just as soon as I mask off this 1.5 line and getting down to it.
Come to realize that this flare wasn't quite stamped the same as that flare was. So we had to move this fender edge out, I think about 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just working on that right now. I had to stretch this a little bit, hammer dolly. So I got this pretty trued up now, and then I made a piece here that I actually used out of the old flare because it already had some of this shape in it. So
Interesting.
made
So,
this,
so you're not making the other side wider.
no, it's not wider.
Just-
It's
okay.
actually exactly the same as the other side now.
Oh, okay.
So what I came to realize was that this side was narrower off the wheel hub to the outside of this flare.
Yeah.
So now it's exact. You don't have to worry. You can see the fitment here to the bumper is actually almost bang on now. So
Yeah.
which is quite significant. About a half inch. It's about a ½ inch at the back and about 3/4 of an inch in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, I just cleaning up a lot of this dirt and stuff like that, just to see if there's any, you know, hidden surprises. Like I pulled the fender off, cleaned this up, and there's actually a little bit of surface rust on the apron or the top of the tub here. Stuff like that. I just want to see, because I don't know if you can see on this side, but without cleaning it, it's all, these cars don't have fender liners, right? So, you know, this 40 years of road grind and dirt.
So they didn't come with fender liners from the factory?
No, that's
That's
right.
very interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so, you know, 40 years later, we're going to see if anything's fucked up back there.
Yeah.
It's pretty clean, but, you know, we got to know, right? So, and we have access because I'm pulling the fenders off, so might as well, right?
Yeah. While you're in there.
And it makes it easier for, you know, to do suspension any you know, wheels and stuff like that. We're gonna have to do wheel fitment anyway, so
Yeah.
if we're gonna be in and out of here, might as well make it clean, right?
Makes sense.
Sanding off the eco, getting it ready to be welded. I did the same on the fender. So.
Okay, now that we got all of our fenders welded in permanently, we've done all the metal finishing, we're going to get into the next phase of it, which is taking the body right back to metal. Then we'll get it into primer and then begin the bodywork process.